Good day traders, Stanley Olo here for Simori Capital, and today we'll be learning about what is trading. In the forex markets, to put it simply, we trade money. Alright? Now this money could be the dollar, it could be the pound, it could be the yen, it could be the euro. Alright? But this is what we're trading. Money. This might confuse some people because we previously said that forex is decentralized, meaning it exists electronically and has no physical location. Yet, most people would consider the exchange, for example at an airport, they would consider the exchange of cash and call it a forex transaction. But how can you do that electronically? You have to consider money, in this case, which is what is traded, as an intangible asset. All intangible means is that it's not physical. Alright? And that means you're not using actual cash. You're not using dollar bills or pound bills or Kenyan bills to exchange in the forex market, okay? That only happens, for example, at a forex booth where there's a physical exchange of cash. That makes cash the opposite of intangible, which is tangible. And all that means is the opposite of non-physical, which is physical. Alright? The problem is, here we have the airport booth. We have cash, that's the medium. We have tangible and we have it as physical. So we understand that much. But here in the forex market, yes, we have intangible and we have non-physical and we know what's traded. But how can you trade in the markets without cash? Okay? The answer is to use contracts. Now, we'll get into detail about the types of contracts that you can trade later on in other episodes. But for now, understand that what you're doing in the forex market is agreeing. It's an agreement between a buyer and a seller to exchange value. Okay? And that's what a contract is. Now, that means that in the forex market, a contract takes the place of cash in the airport example. Okay? So in the market, you're not trading cash. You're trading contracts. Because we have buyers and we have sellers, we have a market. In a market, we exchange value. Alright? We know that different countries have different currencies. For example, the United States of America uses the United States dollar, alright? And it's denoted by the dollar sign. Alright? Great Britain uses the British pound. And the pound is denoted by Alright, because we have buyers and sellers who have managed to come together and form a market and exchange value, the question is, how do you determine the value of a currency? Alright? Buying currency isn't as simple as buying a tomato. A tomato is a static product that has a beginning and an end. You'll use it once and it will be done. Buying currency is a bit different because when you buy a currency, it's as if you're buying a share in a country. And what this does is it exposes you to fluctuations in the value of that currency. Alright? And because of this, the ideal thing that you as a trader need to do is buy it when it's fairly cheap. Alright? Allow it to appreciate and then sell it at a profit. And we covered this in our previous video. Now, when we say that buying currency is like buying a share, shares have prices, okay? Just like at your farmer's market, when you want those tomatoes, you'll ask for a price. It's the same for currency, okay? When you buy a share, even on the stock market, you'll see that it's quoted according to a price, all right? This price is determined by two things. The first one is market opinion. And all market opinion is the sentiment of the participants. How are people feeling about that country? For example, if there was just a natural disaster in a given place, maybe an earthquake or a hurricane or a tsunami, the market opinion on that place will be very low, and therefore you'll find that its currency begins to devalue, right? People will want to sell it as much as possible in order to keep their money safe. The second thing that determines price is the current and future health of the economy. Now, current and future health is based off of economic indicators. For example, unemployment rate. When unemployment is high, that means that an economy might not be performing as well, right? If many people are losing their jobs, that means employers are finding it hard to pay their people. And if employers are finding it hard to pay their people, that means that they're finding it hard to make money. And if they're finding it hard to make money, that means things are not so good, all right? So if unemployment is high, for example, the value of a currency will depreciate, okay? Because people will be looking to take their money out of this weak situation and put it somewhere stronger, all right? Now, the difference between price and exchange rate is that price only looks at the value of a particular currency, okay? Just the dollar, you look at the price. Just the pound, you look at the price. But the moment you put two currencies together, that's when you get the exchange rate, because now you're comparing one against the other. So basically, the exchange rate is the relative value of one country's currency against the others. All right, next we're going to talk about currencies. And what a currency is, it's a medium of exchange in a particular economy. Now, in the olden days, there was no currency. What used to happen is barter trade. And all this means is that one physical good would be exchanged for another, all right? So I'd exchange a goat for a house. I'd exchange a cow for some hides, all right? Because of the discrepancies between the value of what you're giving and what you're getting in return, over time, barter trade seemed to be an unfair system. Therefore, currency was developed. And in essence, what currency is the common language that a country has agreed upon when it comes to the exchange of value, right? Now, what does this mean? The common value exchange, or rather currency, is very precise, all right? You know that if you have only $1, you'll get exactly $1 worth of an item, all right? But if you have, say, $1,000, all right, you can get 1,000 times the value of $1. So this allows precision. It allows me to say that for this house, this exactly is how much you're expected to pay, all right? So I won't get less than the house is valued at, and you may not have to pay more than you have to pay, all right? You pay a very specific price. So that's the benefit of currency. Now, today we're going to talk about one class of currencies, and that's the majors. Now, what is a major currency? A major currency is one that is widely used across the world and represents one of the world's largest economies, all right? And there's 8 examples, each related to a specific country. So here they are. These 8 currencies represent the most widely used, and they also represent the largest economies. Now, if you notice, these are denoted uniquely, all right? And these are known as symbols. Now, a symbol can be broken into two. The first part is the country, and the second part is the currency. All right? And how do you know the difference between the first and second part? Now, in a symbol, the first two letters represent the country, and the last letter represents the currency. For example, US, United States, dollar, all right? Country, currency. Great British, pound, all right? So Great Britain, pound. And then we have Japanese yen, all right? So USD, GBP, JPY, all right? Now these are standard prefixes. And these have been established to be global standards, all right? So anywhere you go, if you see USD, you know it's representing the United States economy. If you see the Swiss franc, you know it's representing the Swiss economy. If you see the Australian dollar, you know it's representing the Australian economy. So that's all the time we have for today. Join us next time where we learn about buying and selling currency pairs. You won't want to miss it. If you haven't checked out the previous video, please do so. This is a series, so it's going to go episodically, and the knowledge that you gain is going to grow as we go along. Alright? For now, this has been Stanley Olo. I'll see you next time.